The top left picture here shows a good picture of the island region. We have the southern tip of Florida, the Bahamas, and the Keys. The bottom picture here shows a good way that the ocean current moves in that circular motion. The picture to the right over there shows the shallow water all around the southern tip of Florida and the Keys. Next we have the climate of the region, which is tropical. It has a low change rate in temperature. It's constantly moist and warm with high temperatures. It's the most hurricane-prone region in the area because of the high temperatures and the high precipitation. These pictures show the wind and the current moving in towards. Next we have the Everglades, which is the natural tropical wetland region. It's about 50 miles wide, and it has a very poor water quality with high mercury levels in it. So they tell you not to eat any of the fish that you would catch out of that. About half the land is used for agriculture and urban areas. Next we have the bottom picture over here, which shows the wave of migration. It's so close to Latin America, so we have a lot of immigrants coming in. The bottom one is the foreign-born population, and then up here we have the percent of less than over here, which actually correlates with the last one. We have the foreign-born percent, which lives more towards the middle, and up here is the political map. And so down here you have the higher immigration counties, and they are higher populated. So you have Little Haiti and Little Havana, which Little Havana is about 60 to 75% foreign-born. And then Little Haiti is 30 to 75% foreign-born. And the closer that you move into Little Havana, you get the less percentage of the 9th grade education level.
So as you can see, this area was traditionally a Spanish territory. Florida was obtained in the Adams and Nice Treaty in 1819. The U.S. Virgin Islands were obtained right before World War II because the U.S. government was afraid of Nazis. Miami was actually originally a railroad town and was connected to the rest of the U.S. by that. The Florida Keys are off the coast of Florida. They are known for having issues with drug smuggling. They are the closest to Cuba, so you often see the Cuban rafters coming in. They, in 1982, declared themselves their own fake country called the Conch Republic. It's a big joke down there. Puerto Rico is a U.S. territory. People in Puerto Rico are U.S. citizens. It was taken by the U.S. in the Spanish-American War. The capital is San Juan. The people there call themselves the Boquerí. It's mostly a manufacturing area, and it's poorer than Mississippi. However, it is richer than the rest of any country in Latin America. The population in this area is rising. You'll see a bubble here in the 60 to 70 age range, and there are fewer children. Because of that elderly population, we have a large healthcare sector. That's where most of the jobs are. You're also going to see work in entertainment and retail as well as science. Now, as there are many foreign-born, there are more Spanish speakers in Miami than there are English speakers. This area had large employment growth after the recession and is known as a very opportunistic city in the U.S. However, it does have a very large crime rate, including a very high rate of robbery in Miami. You'll see influence from Mex-America and Dixie in this area, both in the house types, as you can see, as well as religion. You'll find Catholic as well as Jewish from Mex-America, and then you will have the Southern Baptist influence from Dixie. Finally, we have the current issues in Miami and South Florida. You have obviously a lot of immigration reform. Miami has one of the largest LGBT populations in the U.S., so gay marriage is a big issue there, as well as Guantanamo Bay because they are obviously the closest, so they seem to care the most about it. It shows up more, as well as also the stand your ground law.
Now I'm going to talk about some of the more fun things you can do in southern Florida. It's known for spring break hotspots and tons of beaches. Top right picture here is South Beach in Miami. Below that is Fort Myers Beach, and this map here in the bottom left has the top 10 tourist attractions in Florida, and 5 of which are in southern Florida. Cruising is huge down in the islands region. Miami has cruises that leave year-round to go to the Caribbean. The 2 flagships for Miami are the Norwegian Sky and the Majesty of the Seas from Royal Caribbean. This picture on the top right is from the Norwegian Sky. Carnival also has a ship that sails out of there, the Imagination. The top destination in the Caribbean is Nassau, Bahamas. I've been there a few times. It's a very beautiful city. In and around the cruise ship docks, you can always see a cruise ship somewhere in the city. I've been to Atlantis a couple times. A very nice resort, pretty expensive. Cable Beach up here on the right is the most famous beach in Nassau. Cancun is also a huge place to go on a cruise. They're known for their famous beaches. And the top left is Playa Delfines, which is Dolphin Beach. Chichen Itza is a Mayan ruin site inland from Cancun, and they have about 1.2 million people visit Chichen Itza every year. South Florida sports in the news lately. The Dolphins have been in the news a lot for their bullying scandal. And I know here in Indiana we don't like to talk about Heat very much, but they're the two-time defending NBA champions. Florida Gulf Coast blew up in the NCAA tourney last season. They had some of the most viewed games throughout the whole tournament, and they're from Fort Myers. David Beckham is right now trying to get an MLS franchise, Major League Soccer, into Miami. These two pictures on the right here are possible logos for the club. The Dolphins owner, Stephen Ross, held a tournament for some of the best teams in the world over the summer that finished in Miami to get recognition and hype for the soccer team. Mm-hmm. And back to the Dolphins. The guy on the left is Richie Incognito. He's the one that's been suspended indefinitely for habitual harassment and bullying. The man on the right, which is Jonathan Martin. And Obamacare has been trending in Miami recently because the Secretary of Human Health Services visited Miami to meet with navigators who enroll people in Obamacare. So.